Alright, this screencast is going to show you how to use the Google Docs Mortgage Calculator. So just click on, make sure you're signed in. Once you do, go ahead and click use this template right here. It's going to make your very own copy of this mortgage calculator that you can use when you're buying a house someday. So the biggest thing here is we only edit the values in the green boxes. All the formulas are in place and we don't want to accidentally change those. So all you have to do is enter in the loan details here. So the loan amount, this is the same as the mortgage amount. The interest rate is the rate. The loan period is the number of years of the mortgage, and then your start date. Now there's an override here for a monthly payment if you choose to set that. But let's take a look at what we have so far. It's going to summarize everything in your loan here. It's going to give you your scheduled monthly payment, how many payments there actually are. So for 40 years, it's 480 payments. The actual number of payments, so based on if you ever pay over on your loan, then you can get kind of a new amount. It gives you the total interest paid, so this is above, and then the total principal paid. And notice that the principal paid and the loan amount are always going to have to equal each other because you're paying off the entire loan. So this is the interest, this is the principal, and so the total amount that you pay for the house is right here, and that's principal plus interest. So notice here, it doesn't have anything to do with the selling price of the house or the down payment. So you might have to think about that depending on the question. Now what we have down here is our amortization schedule. And so it lists the number of each payment, the date that that payment happens, the beginning balance of your mortgage, and the ending balance after your payment. It also shows how much of each payment is interest as well as principal. So notice here the interest plus the principal would have to equal the payment amount. There's also a column that adds up how much interest you've paid for the life of the loan here. One thing of note is, look at the interest here. It decreases for your second month because you're only paying interest now on this principal amount because you got to take off $89. So it's almost like compound interest, but in reverse because now you're paying off the loan. So you can scroll down, and see, in 2030, now I'm only paying $508 in interest, and $252 is going to principal. But you'll notice that the payment never changes. All right, so to see when you're finally done here, just scroll all the way to the bottom, and there you go. December 1st, 2050. You'll finally be done with this payment. So some things that you can do, maybe making $760.94 is kind of irritating. And let's say you just want to make an even $800 payment per month. Then you can just type in 800 right here. And it automatically readjusts everything for you. So now you can see the payment amount is 800. Obviously, the amount of principal goes up because you're paying above what your scheduled monthly payment is by about $40. So what that does is instead of having 480 payments, you actually only make 410 payments. So you actually pay this off 70 months sooner just by paying an extra $40. So it's kind of cool. You can see that the total principal paid is always going to be the same, but the amount of interest now is much less. So the total you pay for your house is also going to be less. So it's kind of a cool thing to see. Now, there's also a one-time extra payment. So let's just say you had a little bit extra money 1 month. You can just put an extra $50 in right here, and it's going to adjust everything from here on out. So this principal includes the extra $50. Your payment now is $50 more, and we can see by doing this, well, we're going to pay a little bit less of interest. What if we had done $200? All right, if we had done $200 here, you can see we already saved ourselves actually 2 payments over the life of the loan. And if you think if the payments were $760 each and we just saved 2 of them, so we roughly saved $1,500 just by making this $200 payment right here. A couple other things here. We got the principal versus interest chart. This just kind of shows your principal amount, how much of each payment is going to principal, and then how much is going to interest. So you can see that you're paying a lot of interest really up front, and eventually principal will overtake it towards the end here. Okay, and if you forget all of that, you can always check out these notes right here about everything I pretty much just talked about. All right, so hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions, please let me know.